Right, so part 2 of the fix it with my friend. So the Lord had, I need a wee crash there, oh dear, the adrenaline. So the Lord had made me address this relationship with listeners, this friend that I was working with, and all the while I am going through stuff at home and really seeking God and just really trying to be obedient, praying and looking for guidance, and just a lot of stuff going on, a lot of craziness going on. And my son had bought a new car. So I bought him the wee box on wheels. I think I talked about this before. It's a wee red box, literally a box on wheels. And he went and got himself a bigger car. He wanted an estate. He had a big dog and he just needed more room. So this red car lands on my driveway again, and he's like, "Mum, do you want your car back?" And I was like, "I've already got a car." And then in my mind I was like, right, God's going to sort my life out here. He's going to take this big car off me. Happy days. I'm going to be a lot more financially stable, and I'll drive that wee red car, and that will be dead cheap on my insurance, no payments, nothing. I had this all worked out in my head. If you ever hear the saying, tell God your plans and let him laugh at you, that was one of them. I'm still trying to work things out in my own head and my own strength, but still praying though, still being like, "Lord, is this what you want me to do? Or what about this red car?" So this car is back on my driveway, and I'm praying, "Lord, don't you see the payments I have for this car, and how am I going to afford this, and give me direction and tell me what to do. My insurance is up soon, and this will be so much cheaper." And this is why I'm talking to God, I'm praying to him, but at the same time, like, "Lord, let your will be done in my life." I would always have prayed, that is the key to praying, is, "Lord, let your will be done in my life." So if you want to strip me from this big car, I'll let it go, 100%, I'll let it go. And if that's how you want my finances to go in this situation, then happy days, I'll know it's you. And if I can get rid of this car and then get insurance for that car, I'll know, because when I go through the insurance, they'll be able to advise me and it'll all work out. And anyway, and if that's not what you want, then what am I doing with this red car? I don't need 2 cars. Why is this back in my driveway? And I'd bought it outright for my son, so it wasn't going to cost anything. And I'm praying. This must have been on for about 3 or 4 weeks actually, like really seeking God for the answer to this. So what I have learned is about prayer: pray for God's will to be done in your life, and then be obedient to it. But also, if he's going to bring you something, pray into it. Pray for whatever it is. God knows what you need, but it also says in the Bible, you have not because you ask not. So you need to ask him, but with a humble heart and in the right heart, and then wait for him to bring you the answer. It doesn't matter whether it's an answer to a query of like, what am I doing with this car? Am I swapping this car? Or what am I doing with it? Or if it's, "Lord, bring me a relationship," do not go looking for it. Pray into it, and God will bring you everything you need. I pray and God brings me finances when I need it. I don't go looking for it in my own strength. You have to trust him to bring it. Prayed about the car, and he sorted this out. I prayed about other things that I needed. my mortgage was up for renewal. I needed a good deal in my mortgage. Got me it. While everybody else's was going up like £300 and £400. I think mine, in 7 years, mine went up £100 or something. I wanted a new job. I prayed into that, and he brought me that job, and that's going to be a cracker of a story. How he done that, and if there's any of the videos that you want to watch, that's the one where like God like shows up. Is class. So in this instance, I'm praying into it. Lord, what's this car for? Am I getting rid of this car? Am I taking the red car? If I'm not taking the red car, then where's this going? So I gets the insurance people up, and I say to the girl, I have these two cars, and I want a quote for this one and this one, and then I don't know what I'm gonna do. I don't need two cars, and I can't get rid of this big car. So I knew like it's on finance, so, and the term isn't up, so I was locked in. And I was trying to sell it privately in my own strength. I'd put adverts out and everything and tried to sell it privately and get rid of it, and nobody was coming forward. Nobody wanted to buy it. Nothing was happening. This car was just like it would not budge, it would not go. And so comes to, I starts phoning the place where I bought the car. Do you want to buy it back off me? Everything. I tried everything to get rid of this car, everything. And no, the door was closed. The door was so closed. And that was another thing I pray, Lord, open doors that only you can open, and close doors I'm not meant to go down, because I do not want to be making any wrong decisions. I've had enough nonsense in my life. I only want you to tell me what to do, because do you know what? See, if I go ahead and do that in my own strength and I get as far as you want me to get in that, you can just close the door again, and then it's a disaster. What's the point? I just don't want to do life hard. I just want to do the right thing. Tell me where I need to go and what I need to do, and then sure, that's a lot easier. And this is the way like I was thinking and the way I was praying. He was completely training me in trust, in that firstly, not in your own understanding, not, and he will direct your path. And this is like was training. And I phoned the insurance company and explained to them all about these cars, and I said to her I was maybe going to sworn this vehicle and just let the payment go, but the insurance was going to be cheaper on the wee car, so I was going to essentially keep both of them, but not drive this one and insure the other one. And she said to me, look, Mrs. Robinson, I can't give you advice on your policy. We're not here to give you any advice. We are only here to present the insurance details, and what we can do. But if you would allow me to say a few things, it's maybe something worth considering. And the whole while I'm on the phone, I'm going, Lord, give me the right person to speak to, give me the right advice, and whatever this person says, I'm going to believe. You're going to speak through her, and I'm going to do it. I'll do whatever you tell me to do. And she said to me, if you sworn this here car, if the window breaks or something, you've no insurance, that's not covered. You're going to have to replace all that yourself, because you can't have the two cars insured on the one policy. You can only have one car in your name. And I was like, right. And she said, although the other wee car is a lot cheaper, she said, like, I wouldn't advise you to insure that one and leave this big car in your driveway. It's just not a good idea. And I thought about it, and actually last October we'd gone on holiday, and I had parked this car up at the airport, and I don't know what happened. I really don't know what happened. And we came back that day from the airport, and I put the car in the driveway, and I don't know whether it was due to the temperature change between it being ice cold. It was really, really cold. It was in October in Northern Ireland, and then we came back, and whether I drove it or what happened, but the back window like imploded on itself. It just all smashed in, and there was a windscreen cover on the policy, so it was all fixed. And then I thought about this, and like the Lord brought that back to my remembrance, and I was like, right enough, like that did happen, like a freak accident last year. Like there's no way I'm going to be able to replace the back window of that car. Like it's so expensive. There's no way. And she was like, so if I was you, I would just insure the bigger car, and you know, sworn the wee red one. And I was like, right, okay. I'm like, Lord, is that really what you want me to do? Because do you not know the payments that I pay on this car? But I was at the same time, like, I said I would do whatever you tell me to do. And I just took it at face value. I was like, right, okay, I'll take your advice. That's what we're going to do. Insure the big car, and I will sort something out with the other wee red car. Like, I'm probably going to give it away or something. And she's like, happy days. Sorted the payment out. She actually gave me a discount on top of a discount that I had. And tickety boo, big car was insured again. And I was like, money, like the money this is costing me. Anyway, so I'm sitting and I'm like, Lord, what are we doing with the red car? What are we doing with the red car? Why is it in my driveway? Why has that been brought back to me? Like, I actually thought my other wee son probably would have traded it in behind my back or something. And then I said to my other son, because he was doing his driving lessons, do you want the red car? And he's like, not a chance, I'm not driving that thing. And I was like, well, why not? It's good enough for your other brother. And he was like, no, adamant, no. And I was like, right, okay. So I was like, Lord, is this car for someone? I started getting this stirring in my spirit, like this car was to be given to someone else. And the Lord was teaching me about tithes, and he was teaching me about different types of offerings, and he was teaching me about giving, because I had been on that much money before. I didn't give anybody anything. I was so selfish. I didn't help anybody. I'd stopped paying into all my charities, everything. I didn't do any good with my money. It was so selfish. It was like getting my hair done, getting my nails done, buying clothes, spoiling the kids, buying clothes they didn't need, extravagant holidays, just helping no one along the way at all. So I was like, right, Lord, if you want me to give that car to someone, I'll do that. That's it. Take it off my driveway. I'll give it away. If that's what you want, I'll give it away. So now I had confirmation the Lord would want me to give this car away. And I'm like, who's it for? Who's it for? Who's it for? And like every day I was praying, like, who's it for, Lord? Like, reveal who's it for. And again, this is me, like, can we do this quickly? Can we get this on the show on the road? And don't want to wait anything, want to fix it all up. And the Lord just made me wait. And then all of a sudden I get the tax letter through the door saying the car needs taxed. And I was like, oh, right, well, let's see how much that is. And it was like 20 quid. I was like, happy days, easy peasy. Then I realised the MOT was up. So I was like, I cannot tax this vehicle without the MOT being done. And I was like, oh, it's another 30 odd quid, right, okay. So, got the MOT date. Forgot about it. No, that's lies. I forgot about the MOT for this car. Got the MOT date, and then realised the MOT centre was away down the road, and I had no insurance in this car to drive this car from my house to the MOT centre. And I needed the MOT to get the tax. And if you don't tax your vehicle here, they clamp it and crush it. So I was like, right, I'm going to have to ring the insurance company and see if they would put a temporary insurance thing on for the morning till I get this car to MOT. So I phoned my insurance company, explained everything to them. This was in work as well. I was in work and I was like, how do I do this? I've never done this before. And there's one of the guys in work was like, Emma. He's like, why are you getting on like that? And I was like, because I just don't know how to deal with this. And he was like, you're not a stupid woman. Ring your insurance company and ask them. They'll do it. And he was like getting cross at me. And I'm looking at him and I'm like, wow. And he's like, why are you making a big deal about this? Like, you're getting on like a yap. Like, ring them. you know how to sort this out. And I was like, right. But then, like, I was just going through so much stuff at home and my head was all over the place. And that was nearly like the Lord sending someone to me saying, Emma, get your confidence back. You know, like, before I'd have been on the ball, I'd have been like, bump, 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 done. So I was like, I'm phone the insurance company and work. So I phoned them on my break. And the girl was lovely. She was like, yep, we can do it for a couple of hours. What time do you need it for? Give her the times. She was like, okay, it'll cost this. And I was like, oh, I don't have that money. I actually don't even have my bank card or anything and work with me. Like, I should have thought about this. And she was like, no problem. Do you want me to add it to your current policy? And we'll just spread it over the 12 months and make a payment, an additional payment every month of like a couple of pounds. And I was like, can you do that? And she's like, yes, absolutely. And I was like, perfect. Do that. So, car was insured for the day for the MOT. This is no word of a lie. This is no word of a lie. I am not going to say what test centre this was. I am not going to say who, where, what, when, why, because I don't know. What I might say could incriminate someone. I don't know. So I get up. It was a day I had off. I take the wee red car. I go to the test centre and take the car through. It was really early in the morning, and it was taking ages. And I was like, oh Lord, this has failed. And you know I want to give this to someone, and you know I need to get the tax on it, and this all needs to work. And I'm praying outside. And eventually the car comes round and the man comes out and he gives me the certificate. He says, it's passed, love. I says, oh, did it? He says, aye, but listen, you have a brake light out, you have a light out on the reg plate, and a tyre's baldy. And I look at him and I says, sorry, say that again? He says, you have a brake light out, you have a wee bulb out where your reg plate is, needs fixed, and that third tyre's baldy. And I went, and it's passed? Yeah. Hands me the paperwork and away he goes. And I was like, and all I could hear in my head was, get in the car and go before he changes his mind. Go. I jumps in the car and away I go. And I'm beating down the road and I'm like, there is no way this car has passed this test with a baldy tyre and a brake light out. No way. What the heck? Like this, it doesn't happen. Does not happen. They're really strict. So then it clicked on me, Emma, this car's not insured. After, like, it was like 11, I had got the insurance from 7 to 11. And if you need to get these things sorted, it need to be done today. And I was like, yes, that's right. You know, a wee tire place I'll go to, they're very good. They'll definitely have one for this car. And I hope I have enough money for this. So I takes it round to the tyre place, and the guy's looking at the tyre, and yeah, no bother, love, we'll change that. Changed it. And I just so happened to say about the bulbs, and he was like, oh, no bother, love, I'll sort them out now. And I'll do it for you. And I was like, right, okay, yeah. And then I was also like, I hope I have enough money. What much is he going to charge me here? This is going to be a fortune. I don't have the money for it. And he put the new bulb in, he put the reg plate bulb in, and he changed the tyre for £45. £45. And again, I was like, let's get out of here before they realise they've made an error. So I beats the car back round to the house, and I was like, done. I had a half hour to spare on the insurance. And I was into the house, dead chuffed. I was like, what a plan. Like, that worked out so well. And then I was reading Proverbs, and it says about doing good unto your brothers, your brethren, in particular your brethren, and not a delay in giving a gift, not a delay in giving a blessing. And I was like, happy days, that's it. I'm going to give this car away. So in my mind, I was going to give it to this person. And I got the keys together and I prayed, Lord, this car's going to be a blessing to someone, and happy days, I'm ready to give it. And if they come here tonight, I'm going to give it to them. And I walks into my living room and I looks out my window and the tyre is flat. The new tyre is flat. And I was like, no, I just got that fixed. I can't take that car back round because the insurance is up. And I wouldn't drive it without the insurance. Even though the wee place was only around the corner from us, I was like, no, that will be the day I get caught. And I told God I'm not going to do anything wrong. And it's not about living a perfect life. It's not about that. It's not about our works. It's just I was in such obedience, and I was like, I am not doing anything wrong. I'm really trying my best not to do anything wrong here. And I just will not drive this. And then I had mentioned to like my mum and dad, and my dad was like, just drive it around the corner, love. And I was like, no, like that is just bad advice. Like that's just the devil trying to catch me out. And I bet you the peelers are around the corner and I'll get stopped, get done for no insurance, get done for the flat tire, blah blah blah. So I left it and I said to my son, will you take that wheel off and will you put the spur on? Because I'm going to take that wheel around to get it fixed. And I thought to myself, well, that'll do. And I can still give this car to this person. That's its tax, that's its MOT, that is all the repairs done. My son had just serviced it before he gave me it back. And I was like ready to go. So he changed the spare tire on. I looks out my window and the spare tire is flat. This is no word of a lie. Flat, 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 like on the metal. And I was like, okay, I'm listening now. I know that you do not want me to give this car to this person. Okay, I can hear you. I'm not going to give this car to the person. It's for someone else. Because I had no peace about it when I was thinking in my mind. Yes, I knew it to be given to someone, but when I was thinking about this person I want to give it to, there was no peace. I was like, is it? I don't know. I was so eager to like be good. So I just took that as a sign that no, it wasn't to be given to that person. So I'm back praying again. Lord, who is this car for? Who's this car for? This needs to get off my driveway. And I'm still praying. I'm praying. So what happens next?